Greetings, my fellow mortals. The time has come. I've got another album review, and I am very excited to be doing this one because we are finally reviewing the new Hulder album, Verses in Oath. I am sure many of you know who Hulder is, but for those who don't know, I will give the rundown. Hulder is a one-woman black metal band based in the U.S., formed by Mars Griesterer. She was a Belgian-born immigrant who immigrated to the United States prior to the formation of this band. She would form the band in 2018 and have a really solid discography. They would release their first demo, Ascending the Ravenstone, that same year, and would release a rehearsal demo titled Rehearsal 8-13-18. Those two demos would be re-released in 2018 on this compilation right here. I think I would butcher this title, but I'm pretty sure a lot of Hulder fans know this compilation. I haven't heard it yet, but I'm gonna listen to it soon. Give it a chance. But I've heard it's pretty good. And then she would release her debut EP, Embraced by Darkness Mists, on 7-inch vinyl by Stygian Black Hand. In 2020, she would release another demo titled Promo 2020, which is like a promo demo, like no-brainer, as well as 3 singles, one of which was on this demo. And those 3 songs would lead to this. January 2021, they would release their debut album, Godslastering Hymns of a Forlorn Peasantry, released initially on all formats by Iron Bonehead. This is seen as a favorite in the Hulder fan base, as well as a favorite album in the black metal community, especially the US black metal community. In 2022, Hulder would leave Iron Bonehead and would later join 20 Buck Spin, who would re-release this album again on all formats as well as on their Bandcamp page. And then Hulder would release this, their first official 20 Buck Spin release, the mini album, aka EP, The Eternal Fanfare, which is really, really good. I need to get a copy of that. Hulder would end the year by releasing a live album titled Benighted in Blood, which is a live recording of one of the shows that she did throughout 2022. At some point in either early 2023 or late 2022, Hulder would put this on their Instagram, basically implying that this album that I'm reviewing was in the works. And throughout 2023, there wouldn't be any releases, no songs or EPs or anything. But that all changed when she released the single Vessel of Suffering. And then January this year, they would release the song Harken the End, which then leads to this wonderful album right here. Now, you may be wondering, Drozu, how the hell did you listen to this album? It's not supposed to come out until this Friday. Well, guess what? If you had seen my last video, you would know that I already got this in the mail today, and I am very, very happy. So, I gave it a listen, and this album right here is a fucking masterpiece right here. One thing I love about this album is that it is very, 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 very different from Godslastering, and very different from the Eternal Fanfare EP that came out. The album also has a little bit of death metal and doom metal, which is pretty common for Hulder. Mars's vocals are very borderline death metal-ish, but on this album, it really, really leans on some death and doom. It's even much, 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 much heavier than the first album. Like, it is so heavy as hell. Like, jeez, man. Also, the ambient instrumentals, which there are 3 in total, are just, they really get my attention. The album sits at 10 songs and 40 minutes, which is much longer than the first album, which was 8 tracks and 39 minutes. I would say my favorite tracks overall are Bows or Bows Ablaze, Harken the End, obviously I heard that on Spotify, Cast into the Wells of Remembrance, Vessel of Suffering, I also heard that on Spotify, and Enchanted Steel. Some tracks I would also highlight are pretty good are the title track and Veil of Penitence, the final track on the album. Now this raises the question, do I like this album better than the first one? Honestly, it's a tie. Like, I don't think right now I can compare or whatever, because, like, both are very, very different from each other. Obviously, God's Slastering is a classic, but this one, like, if I give this a few more listens, I might say this would be better, but I would let y'all know. But anyway, I think I would rate this album a 9.8 out of 10. That is how good this album is. Like, it is so damn good. It's one of my favorite albums this year so far, and we're only like 2 months into this year, so this might end up on my end of year list. Oh, it's definitely going to end up on my end of year list. So yeah, 9.8 out of 10. Really solid album. Like I said, very different from the first one. A lot heavier, leans on death metal and doom metal. A lot more atmospheric compared to the first album. Like, the first album had some atmospheric elements, but this one really has some atmospheric elements. So yeah, this is really, really good. But anyway, that's my review of this album. The album officially comes out on February 9th, 2024, so this Friday. So be sure to check that out. If y'all haven't gotten one of these vinyls yet, wait until it comes out. It'll be on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever platform you use, Bandcamp, all of that. So yeah, be sure to check it out this weekend. Comment down below what you think when you do listen to it, and I will see y'all in the next album review. Till then, my fellow mortals,